Yes. Welcome back, Flog members, to Talking It Out with the commish, except the commish happens to be in Nashville, hanging out with Eric Jail and his wife this weekend. So instead, you're stuck with the Schwimp boys of Rural Ave.
Basically, I feel like the sandwich of the league, you leading the league and me bringing up the rear. So,
Between the two of us, we have like both ends of the spectrum.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
works out well. So let's just get into it. There we go. Cool. So just some of the calls of the week. Just thinking what I saw, one of the worst calls of the week with JL. I think the last time I was on, I also was kind of curious of one of JL's New England running back calls. I don't even know who JJ Taylor is. I know Ronaldo Stevenson is the backup and he's Damian Harris. And I mean, Stevenson went for like 25 points this week. So it's kind of a hurtful, like, dang, like, let's see. How many did Taylor went for 1.1 and Stevenson went for like 25. So that's like a weak winning swing right there.
I picked TJ Hawkinson for Matt. Not that Hawkinson's like a bad choice or anything. Like any other week, he'd be fine. This week, he just happened to score 0. Not only that, he played 5. He played 5 quarters. They went into overtime, right? So he played 5 quarters of football and he got 0 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I picked Hawkins. Not that like he's a bad player. It's
He
just
had one target.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's not his fault. Like he wasn't target, but like it was just rough this
Like
week.
I had Gesicki and he got targeted 8 times and caught none of them. So I don't know what's worse.
Yeah,
The 8 targets, not catching any, or just not even getting looked at.
not a good week for tight ends.
Oh no, not at all. Just proves more and more why Travis Kelce is worth every penny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So in terms of best calls, I went with Tyler starting Hurts over Rodgers. I just feel like you just hear Aaron Rodgers and you're just like, man, like I have to start Aaron Rodgers just because it's Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, this week Aaron Rodgers got less than 10 points. Jalen Hurts got 22. Given he starts Rodgers, he actually loses to Freddie this week, which would be crazy in that division. So he made a game-winning call. So good for Tyler.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Like Tyler, I mean, both Tyler and Freddie were in like must-win situations. If they want a shot at playoffs. And like you said, it's hard to bench Rodgers. Uh he's a player that in the past has won people games. And I don't know, but Hurts lately has just been killing it. I feel like in fantasy, he's been really consistent, doing well. So I think it's a great move on Tyler's part. He's making moves. He's still in there. Will the three-peat happen? I don't know, but I think his chances for playoffs are still there.
Yeah. I mean, Hurts, number 5 running back on the year, right? Or not running back, quarterback on the year
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, he's
So,
solid. My best call of the week, not that Turtle would like sit Mahomes. Um, but lately Mahomes has just been a dud. Uh, I think the past like 3 weeks, I think I'm not looking up his stats right now, but I think the highest he scored is like 11, 12 points. Like those past 3 weeks, like he hasn't done anything.
yeah.
Um,
11, 16, and 7.
yeah, okay, so not Patrick Mahomes numbers. For a quarterback, you're looking trying to hoping like 20 to 25 points, right? At least. And so way to stick with him. He balled out this week. I mean, frustrations with quarterbacks just earlier this season. Lamar Jackson, I was like, man, I gotta shake things up. It's not there. And like that's the week he blows up. And I benched him. So like Turtle, good for you for not like panicking, being like, no, just like sticking with your guns, not shaking anything up. So good job, Turtle, for sticking with Mahomes.
Cool. So let's jump. These are just some of the studs of the week. So for quarterbacks, why don't you go first? You pick Dak.
Yeah, Dak Prescott. Dude, the Cowboys offense is just killer. But Dak Prescott had good game, 3 touchdowns. I think I remember 2 of them going to CeeDee Lamb, I think. Yeah, the Cowboys, they were just rolling with it. And so Dak's always a solid fantasy option. So good job,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah, and we kind of already talked about it a little bit, but Patrick Mahomes, like Turtle had been flirting. I know the 1 week he started Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes, but the Bengals were on bye this week, so he really, it was Mahomes or nothing. But like Mahomes, just this is kind of like what you expect when you take him that high in the draft. Is like
Yeah.
consistent. Like I'm talking like almost 50 burgers happening a couple times a year.
I'm actually excited because this week the Cowboys play the Chiefs. So like the Dak and Mahomes we put as like the two stud quarterbacks. I'm just hoping for a crazy high scoring game.
Oh, they could easily be here again next week.
Oh, exactly. And so I'm really looking forward to that matchup coming up this week.
Nice. So let's go to some duds. So I went with Rusty Wilson, Russell Wilson, first game back from injury. Honestly, I thought Zach was going to destroy me when my team really just was not putting up any points and his projection was just going up. And then, Russ came in and dropped the dud, got shut out. And, I'm thankful for his rust because without that, I would not be getting the win this week.
Even though you got the win, I still put Tom Brady as the second dud. I was just kind of like looking at the quarterbacks people played this week, and Tom Brady's performance, I think it was just his second lowest of the career. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know, you're hoping to break at least 20 with a quarterback, and not that 16's bad. Like it still definitely helped you get the win. It was a super close match, but I feel like at this point we just expect a little bit more out of Tom Brady. He's the number 2 quarterback right now in the season, I think. He's definitely in the top 3. So you'd think he'd score a little bit more than that.
Yeah, number 2. And I mean, having him, he's been averaging like 30 points a game.
Yeah, this is half of his average.
Yeah, and halftime he had -3 points, and that was scaring the crap out of me.
Yeah, that's probably a little disheartening.
But we'll jump on over to some wide receivers. So why don't you start us off with Stefan?
Yeah, I just thought, I mean, Derek lost this week. It was a heartbreak loss. His team does well, but he just happened to he played turtle, right? He went up against the highest score this week. But Stephon Diggs still had a great game. How many? Let me look up. It was I think it was 2 touchdowns or was it 3 touchdowns?
He had an insane. I want to say it's probably. I got 1 touchdown, 8 receptions, 100.
Oh, it was only. Oh, that was it. He went over 100 yards though. That was. So 1 touchdown going over 100 yards. Like he was making big plays for his team, catching long balls, and so like that's just good stuff to see out of Stephon Diggs. It helped Derek, not enough, but I just thought he was a breakout player.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie just traded him, and for DK scores 4 points, Stefan scores 26. Like that's another matchup killer for Freddie there.
Yep.
I went Debo. Zach Bear was over my house Monday night. I congratulated him on the win. And he's like, no, you still have Debo left. And I was like, like I was looking at Debo's stats. Like, I'm like, Debo, like, he's been doing really well this year, but he's like consistently pretty in that 20 range. He's broken like up to like 30 like twice. I was like, nah, like, and they're going up against the Rams. I'm like, he's gonna have Ramsey on him. But then that first drive, he's actually playing running back and he's scoring rushing touchdowns. And like I was like, it could be a chance.
Like, here we go.
Oh boy. I kind of was mentioning it too for DK. Like Freddie owns him now, and like 4.1 compared to 26.2, especially like after Stefon Diggs had not been Stefon Diggs all year, especially. He had Allen, he had Stefan, and then watching them pop off for 40 points combined, it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt big.
Yeah. I put Tyler Lockett up here, my own player. You hate to throw up one of your own duds, but I just expect a little bit more out of Tyler Lockett than 3 points. I think out of the whole time I've had him, he had 1 week that he broke over 10 points. He had a solid week. But like after the trade that we made, uh, he's not doing great for me. But I think that's just par my fantasy luck this year. He's a player that also easily wins games for some people and blows up, but he's very hit or miss. So like, not that this isn't expected, but I feel like Lockett's hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, 2 points, 21 points, 3.3 points.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the Tyler Lockett roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so some stud running backs. You went Antonio Gibson.
Yeah. A week where Tyler needs to win. And Antonio Gibson is definitely part of the reason why he won. Another awesome week. Let's see let me look at Tyler's team really quick. If he would have even played anybody else. I don't think he would
I know
have.
Gibson had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where's Tyler? There he is. Yeah, I don't think he would have played anybody. Yeah. Looking at his team, no, but still Gibson definitely got him the win. Without Gibson, he would have lost. And now like Tyler has a chance to fight for the playoffs. So
Yeah. No, yeah. Huge win for Tyler against Freddie. And yeah, it's a big reason why. I went McCaffrey. This was kind of like the trade that kind of started Eric's little mini down spiral of like kind of like he gave up a lot of capital to get him, but like weeks like this or why he didn't even get in the end zone. 21 points.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
he's going to be getting like a couple of those Cam Newton touchdowns are probably going to go McCaffrey's way. So like add 2 touchdowns on that, 33 points, and like you're looking at prime Christian McCaffrey making like Eric seem really, really scary.
Yeah, McCaffrey is one of those people that like, sure, you get scared because of like if he's healthy or not, but like you're scared about his health because of the workload he gets. Like he is the workhorse for their team. The ball is going to McCaffrey and like he's going to put up points. So when he's healthy, man, he's healthy. He wins you weeks.
Yeah. 95 rushing yards, 66 receiving yards, leading
Yeah.
rusher and leading receiver on the team.
Yeah. And like you said, the fact that he didn't even touch the end zone and he is still breaking 20 points.
Yeah.
If he even like he could have easily got like 30 if he touches the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for some duds, I went Daryl Henderson. I believe he was a little banged up this game for Turtle, but just 6 points out of Daryl, who's been really a good running back so far this year for him. Like he's just not something you want to see. It's kind of a heartbreaking stat for sure, but better times ahead, I'm sure, for Daryl.
Better days ahead, to quote Kamish. Same thing with Cordell Patterson. I feel like he's somebody that JL like turns to get points. And has been a stud, is a top 5 receiver this year. And this week just didn't cut it. He was up against Eric, who has McCaffrey and Eckler, and Taylor and Patterson for JL with a whopping like 5 points together. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't get it. So yeah, that's why Patterson makes the list.
Yeah, I think he got hurt too. I think he's out for like 2
weeks. That was definitely it too. Yeah, he played half the game. So didn't play the second half. It's going to be hopefully JL can figure out something for the future.
Nice. So just some studs for tight end defense kicker, Turtle. I went Dallas defense. I'm going to talk about it more in the next slide in that Turtle Derek matchup. But 23 points from your defense means you're probably going to win a lot of games.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, same thing with, I said the Colts defense. They get 15 points for Tyler. Defenses I mean, they make or break weeks. They can easily have big swings like this or big swings the opposite end. And like we've been saying, it's a need to win basis for Tyler. He's making his push for the playoffs, and moves like this, like playing the Colts defense, getting 15 points. That's, I don't know, that helps you get there. So that was definitely a huge move on Tyler's part.
Yeah, and then I kind of like I said, the Cleveland defense -6 points for Turtle, 29-point swing. Turtle wins by like 23 points. You switch their defenses. Derek wins, Turtle loses. So it's rough to see.
Yeah. Your matchup with Zach Gasecki getting 0 points. You touched on it earlier. Does not help you. That's heartbreaking, especially when it was a 2.3 point game between you guys.
Might have been less. Yeah, less than 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. And so if he just plays an average, okay, run of the mill game, like you won. You still won. It still worked out for you, but oh man. And what did you say earlier? He has 8 targets, 7 targets,
eight targets, no catches.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
I watched the first drive of it just as I was getting ready for bed, and I saw him drop 3 passes, and I was like, this is going to be rough.
Another person, not that he was a dud, but also for Zach's team. So Zeke got 2 touchdowns this week, right? But the thing, he also had a fumble. How much are fumbles worth in our league?
-2. If he doesn't fumble, he wins.
That's what I thought. So not that I thought about putting him, not that he was a dud this week. He scored like 20 something points with 2 touchdowns, but that one fumble, it costs him the game.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Wilson, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's -4.
Yeah. It's rough. He had a rough week. Things are looking up, JT.
Or even his kicker had against the Eagles had a blocked kick. So
yeah, I remember watching that.
I remember being like, yes.
Yeah, that'd be a knife.
Oh boy. So just some noteworthy news. So I put securing the buy on there. Just the buy is a crucial one for those people top of the division. I'm still waiting for Matt to lose so that I can secure it in the ZS division, as Turtle right now has that 1 game lead for the buy. But yeah, not having to play that opening playoff round is huge for sure.
Yeah, you and Matt are really gunning for it. I think I saw earlier today you're on like a 4-game win streak, and I think Matt's on a 7-game win streak.
Yeah, I'm 5, Matt's 7.
Oh, 5 and so yeah, but like it's coming down to it. Who do you guys play this week?
I play JL.
Okay.
And Matt plays Eric. So some max factorials.
So it's gonna be some interesting matchups.
Yeah, it's a big week for the playoff spots.
Yeah.
Depending on who wins, that's gonna create a lot of positioning. Sure. Through the trade deadline up there. Trade deadline's coming up next week. So it's kind of like you gotta decide, am I in trying to win or am I out? Another one I threw up there, writing the ship. I put your matchup on there, Zach. You and Derek currently have the longest losing streaks. So something's got to give. A streak's got to break.
And knock on wood, it's mine. Probably won't be though, knowing my luck this season. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Derek, like, he's just been getting some bad luck, and as a guy who knows bad luck in fantasy, like, hey man, I feel for you. I get it. I think it's kind of funny, and man, if this is the first week that I win, I feel sorry for you, Derek, because I don't have a chance. I am playing because I'm a proud member of Flog, and I'm obviously going to stick with it. But like, Derek has a shot at playoffs, and the fact that an 0-10 team, if they beat Derek, could possibly knock him out of a playoff spot. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be fun being the spoiler though in that spot.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. I'm in this league right now just to cause chaos. I'm just stirring the pot at this point. You kidding me?
Yeah, send some messages JL's way, figure out some
Exactly.
big
Get
thing.
together for a voodoo party.
Yeah, and I just threw kind of murky playoff spots, like I said. The ZB division is a toss up between like the first spot out and the first spot in is one game, and then for our division, it looks like it's basically going to be a combination of it's Matt and I fighting for that top spot, and then Eric and JL fighting for that last in. So whoever's going to get in there. But the real interesting part, Zach, is that we're the only ones in our division that aren't going to be in Nashville this weekend.
I know. I
So that's
know.
going to be interesting, like, how those three kind of vied out. What's the strategy, if they're going to the bar, like, is Eric buying drinks for JL? Is Matt buying drinks for JL? Is maybe JL
So
giving his
jail's
blessing and
not buying a
buying
single drink.
drinks for someone else? It's we'll see. There's definitely going to need some info that needs to be sent in the group chat.
Yeah, JL is not buying a single drink that whole trip. Are you kidding me? Knowing Matt and Eric, all right, no, yeah, JL's gonna have a great time.
Nice. So let's jump in. I don't know why. There we go. I was like, I don't know why that one didn't pop up, but just for the matchups, I went JL. I see what he did with Derek's projected total when they played. I just saw what happened to my projected total from last week, so I give the nod to JL.
I appreciate you being humble. I feel like a lot of the time when we're in a matchup, we always like to be humble and throw the other person up there. But I truly think you have it locked down. Your team's scary. You can clearly you showed that you're here to play this year, making those pickups and drops at the wee hours of the morning. And that you're willing to put in the time and the work, and I think it's really paid off. So I think you got it locked in this week.
We'll see. We'll see. Freddie Turtle. I picked Turtle. Once again, his team looks also really strong, and I just don't know if Freddie has enough firepower to keep up.
Yeah, I also picked Turtle this week. I think Freddie's not out of it, but it's going to be tough for him to push for a playoff spot. I just think Turtle at this point has a stronger team. Like this point in the season, Turtle, yeah, when Patrick Mahomes leads your team, and when he's coming off a huge week that he just did, especially since they're playing the Cowboys, who are also going to be a very high scoring team. I just think Mahomes continues that high scoring. So I see Turtle getting a lot of points.
Yeah. So I imagine the scene deal, since Matt's got a lot of the Cowboys. You imagine he's going to be scoring some points there.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I went Eric selfishly because I want Matt to lose so I can have that number one spot, breathe a little bit. But also I like some of Eric's matchups this week. Christian McCaffrey against Washington. I think he's just going to eat. Like, McCaffrey might be dropping a 50 burger.
So yeah.
Derek versus yourself. We both picked Derek.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to say that, hey, this is the week I can do it, I'm not confident. At this point, we might have a perfect season on our hands, and not the one that you're hoping for. So hey, if I get a win, fantastic. But I do truthfully think Derek has it locked up. But if I can be a thorn in his side, I'm going to do it. So
nice. So I put the game of the week as a brother matchup, Zach Bear and Tyler. They're just both vying for that last playoff spot in that division. And with not too much time left, this is going to be a big week for it. And I see we both picked Zach Bear.
Yeah, I mean, completely agree. This has to be the game of the week. They have tied records. They are going for it. And I just think Zach Bear, well, I think like we've been talking about this Cowboy matchup, I think it really depends on that. He has Zeke, he has CeeDee Lamb. So if Dak has another big week, I think Zach has it locked in. But we'll see. Tyler's been making a run for it. Tyler has a streak going. So who knows? But I think Zach winning this one.
Yeah, same. And then I threw in a mystery last bonus slide. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, wait, no. before that, we had the power rankings. My bad. So don't jump ahead. So pretty similar. We both have myself and Matt at the top. We kind of have similar bottoms, but then we change up in that middle of the pack. You wanted to
Yeah.
explain yours?
Yeah. So like you said, I think our 8s through 10, I think, well, maybe I was gonna say I think they're like in a similar category, but no, I clearly view myself far below, as you can see. So I'm below. Our so like oh I Freddie, he's 9. Tyler, I think is 8. But from 7 to what 3, that the middle part, that's where
Yeah.
we kind of disagree. Um, or sorry, no, we both have Zach and Tyler
Yeah,
there.
it's that 6 through 3 spot.
Yeah,
Those playoffs.
exactly. Um, I honestly think Derek's team's a little bit on the decline. Like we were saying, he's on a losing streak. He still has solid pieces, but he's just been catching some bad luck. And it doesn't matter if you could have a studly team, but if I don't know, injuries happen and you're just up against the highest scoring team, I don't know. But I think Derek's on the decline. JL is
But
always scary. You never know. So I think JL's stepped above Derek. Turtle's team, like when it hits, it's scary. Um, and then I think Eric also has a solid team, so that's why I put him at 3.
yeah, I think Derek still has a lot of pieces. I mean, he has Cooper Cup, who's essentially a quarterback. Like Cooper Cup had a bad week this past week and scored like 20 points. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Cooper Cup's on bye this week when you play him. So,
Yeah.
that's a sign. But yeah, I like Turtle's team basically rides or dies with Patrick Mahomes. And I think Patrick's going to be in a little bit of a revenge tour here.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to boost some of his numbers up. Derek, like I said, he's had some major injuries, but his team depth was unparalleled in terms of like top prospects he has. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
missed major pieces and he still has, like, you look at his starting lineup and you're like, what the heck? How did this even happen?
Yeah.
And then Eric, I kind of agree. I have Eric climbing the list because I think as McCaffrey gets healthier, he's going to keep climbing up and up.
I completely agree.
Nice. But now here is my bonus that I threw on there.
I'm not saying
So
I
to sing or
did
not to
not see
sing.
this.
Yeah. So I mean, this is kind of going off a conversation we were having on Sunday. Like your record versus when you sing and versus when you don't. Do you care to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. So I've come to realize that, these past 2 years, I've had 2 weddings. I've been a little bit busy around the August time, start of football. So I decided not to write some fantasy songs. Last year, first time ever coming in last. And I was like, ooh, this hurts. But I was like, no problem. It sets me up really nice for this year. I'll get number 1 pick. So I'll start off with Dalvin Cook. I'll have Calvin Ridley. I was super hyped for this year. And then this year happens, and I have not only my personal worst record in fantasy ever, but the worst flog fantasy record ever. Um, and I truly believe it's because I just did not make a song. We all play our parts in flog. We all have roles. Freddie brews the beer. Matt does an awesome job at heading up, like talking it out and just coordinating things. You guys do like Smoke Fest. And I think one of my roles as Flog is I need to produce a song. And, I've been failing on that role. And I think that the fantasy gods are clearly telling me that, hey, I got to get my act together. So definitely be looking for a song next year. I think it's definitely going to improve my game. It's going to sound stupid, but like, looking at my team, I'm like, man, I don't think it's bad. I think I get rough breaks, especially after draft day. Like I was so hyped for my team. I think it's all because I truthfully didn't write a song this year.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar drops the 50 burger that week. If you would have played him, like that would have been a W.
Yeah, the 1 week I decided, because literally all season I was like, no, I gotta stick with him. Like, don't do it. Don't. I was like, all right, you know what? this isn't working. Twin games got to shake things up. Like a week I could have easily won. Like I bet like I benched the wrong players. Or even last week, I think I was the second highest scoring team. Everybody had an off week. I just happened to go up against the highest scoring team. Like I was just like, what the heck? I just want to win, not asking for much, but that's okay. We'll see.
I'm expecting like an all too well like 10-minute movie. So I think if you produce something like that, like you're coming home with the Robin. Like it's just
I think so. Taylor Swift writes about all her exes that have wronged her. I might start writing about all the fantasy players that have wronged me. So yeah, don't be surprised if Calvin Ridley's up there, if Michael Thomas from last year is up
Allen
there.
Robinson.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear his name this year. So yeah.
All right, Zach, good talking. And yeah, best of luck to everyone this week in your matchups. And if you're a boy in Nashville, have fun.
See you guys later.
Wait, there it is.